Good morning. It is, I don't even know why I'm looking. It's October 2nd. It's also my last day of being a 24-year-old. Yeah, so we're driving up to the Cape today. So that'll be a new experience for me because I've never driven that far before. I'll be doing that. Not on my own. There'll be people in the car with me, so that's helpful. A little nervous. Not as far as Ren drove us to Salem, so that's like 2 hours. So this is a little less time than that. And it's not difficult from what I've been told. So yeah. Basically, I packed up my clothes last night, got my suitcase. I have to do like toiletries and chargers and like all that stuff today. And we're leaving around noon-ish. The September vlog went out yesterday. And I edited it yesterday. It's shorter than the other ones, but it was not super fun. Not super fun to edit because it didn't end super great. Wow, that jumped up in views very quickly. It was at like 3 views yesterday when I last checked, and now it's at 30, which is like roughly the cap for me because like I don't get a lot of views. Cool, I guess. Oh, it is number 1. It is number 1 on my channel right now. So yeah, this week is just gonna be... Oh, and then also I have to figure out a way to wrap this. This is my dad's birthday present because his birthday is on the 4th and mine's is on the 3rd. This is a fountain pen I bought that uses... Oh god, where is it? It uses actually a plunger, I think this is what this is called. And I don't like doing this, so I replaced it with a like ink cartridge, and it's not writing. It's not writing, and I'm afraid to try and take the cartridge out just to present him with the pen and the plunger because I'm afraid to get ink all over my hands because I just got ink off of my hands because I hate changing ink cartridges. This one's mine, and I've already gotten ink all over my hands changing this one. But I have to figure out a way to wrap this because it's like a weird shape, obviously. About the single Glade candle.
It's not a Glade candle, it's a Serenity candle.
Okay.
Huzzah!
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 Children.
Children.
Ooh, you get your
turning
red.
7. I'm turning 7. Wait, you're turning 1?
He's turning 1.
I thought we were just adding.
Girl, okay. Now we're ready. But can we take it out of the packaging? Okay. Here we go. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? What's that? Hey, you gotta sit. Gotta sit. You ready? Sit, 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 sit. I can't get sit. Here we go. Okay, it's all yours.
It's all yours. She's like, what the hell is that? Oh. She's like, wait a minute. So I am back from vacation. It was okay. Vacation's not fun if you are at like level 10 anxiety every day. Not great. And I'm kind of sad that like my 25th birthday was that because you can't get it back. I'm 25, can't change that. But I am trying to salvage a little bit. I got cake for the house. We didn't do like any birthday stuff for it, but I got cake, so I could enjoy cake without being anxious, because when I get anxious, nothing tastes good. And I had such a great cake on my birthday, and I couldn't enjoy it. Yeah, so I had cake, and then I asked specifically, because my mom was away for my birthday. She didn't get to see me, so I asked if we could go to the Emily Dickinson homestead, because I am a huge geek. It's up in Amherst. It was being renovated. It is now done, and I can go. Hello, it is October 16th. It's been a rough week. So in a not so great turn of events, we had to put my family dog down today. It was the right thing to do. She wasn't eating and she couldn't move. But it still sucks. October is shaping up to be really crappy so far. Today though, it's gonna be a good day. Because today I'm getting to do kind of like what my hair's a mess. I have to style it, but I'm getting to do kind of what my one birthday request was, even though my birthday was like 2 weeks ago. But when I came home, I really wanted to go to the Emily Dickinson homestead in Amherst, Massachusetts, which is like an hour away from me. Because when I was in quarantine, I was really interested in Emily Dickinson as a person. I also really liked the show Dickinson, regardless of how like historically accurate it was. And I just got really interested in her when I went to the bookshop in Cape Cod. The 2 items I came away with were a book of Emily Dickinson's letters with newspaper clippings from the 1950s inside that someone had left, and a book of illustrated Emily Dickinson poems, like a selection. It's like a big book, like right there. I put all my summer clothes away, but I have like a long blue striped dress, and I was like, maybe I could just like wear that and a cardigan, because I just want to dress appropriately, you know? I start acting classes the next week. I get to go to acting class, because that was a present I got this year. Just something I'm trying. Haven't been in an acting class since college, and I have a feeling it may have done some damage. Yeah, so we're gonna be trying that out. That's gonna have a whole other level of anxiety, probably, because I have to figure out some driving stuff in the city, and I don't like driving in the city. I'm in the garage. I'm like super early. I went to look at my watch, but I'm not wearing it. Super early for acting class. I have to cross the street and head over, but my anxiety is like really high, and it's like kind of comforting because it's normal anxiety. It is normal anxiety for being female in the world, because I'm like, I gotta like, also I can hear all the traffic noise and people have very loud engines, and it echoes in here, and it makes me anxious. I don't like it, and it's overwhelming. Anyways, female, gotta walk not even a block, literally cross the street and just like go a little bit this way, like that's it. And I'm anxious because it is dark. This is not a safe area. Like, I mean, it's mostly businesses and stuff like that. I'm on like the main street area, but still it's like dark and there's all types out. I'm hoping I can like find someone who also parks here, because this was the suggested parking in the email, which is where I park for work anyway. And I hope someone will walk back with me so I'm not going back alone, because it'll be like 9 o'clock at night. Like, this is like 6:30. Like, people are still like leaving work. It's not that late. So this is still kind of like commute time for people, so it's not you know, whatever, like, I don't know. Good morning. It is October 19th. Happy Midnight's Eve. It is Wednesday. It's my first shift of the week. It's a curtain, which means I'm there till 7:30, which is like a half-hour difference than what I've been normally doing because I've been leaving at 8 o'clock because I've been doing weekend stuff. I'm just kind of glad to be leaving not at 8 this time. So lately what I've been thinking about is like, it's like nostalgia stuff because I'm 25. I graduated high school in 2015. So it's interesting to me that a lot of stuff is coming back around. So people are talking about like the 2014 Tumblr girl is coming back. And they're like Tumblr culture. And I'm like, okay, first of all, that wasn't all of Tumblr culture. I was on Tumblr back when aesthetic blogs and fandom blogs were at war. Now I follow a mix of both because there is not one type of way to be a Tumblr girly. But this is what bugs me, is that the only thing that is being brought back is the soft grunge, obsessed with skins, reads Lolita in her free time, cry pretty, sad girl aesthetic. Like, that's the only thing that's coming back. And that was very much a part of the culture. But I'm like, if we're gonna bring back Tumblr culture, we have to bring back all of it. Which means we need to bring back all the cringe. And this is the thing, like, I've stayed on Tumblr through high school, through the bit of college I did, and up until now. I was there when they purged all of the, you know, adult content from the site, and everybody was mad that they did that, and I understand that, but I was also hoping that meant that I would stop getting blogs following me. Didn't stop that at all. But I stayed the whole time, and we, like, the ones who did stay, we like to talk about the past in a negative way. We're like, oh my god, we were so cringe, like the Super Hulock era, so cringe, like disgusting. And I'm like, okay, yes, we were all like 15, 16, 14 years old, brains not fully formed, lots of feelings, we're identifying with fictional characters. Was that bad? Like, it wasn't bad. Like, maybe some of us had some problematic takes, and like maybe there were some things that needed to be examined. But I don't think all of it was inherently bad, and I feel like we give our past selves a little too much shit. Because I personally miss when Tumblr was about analyzing things for fun, not analyzing things for what is wrong with them, and saying, I love this thing, look at this thing, look at this thing I made because of this thing, look at that. I miss that. I miss it a lot. And during autumn time, that tends to come back around for me, is this need for that pureness of love that teenage me had for things. And I miss that. There's someone I follow who is really, really into Matt Smith era Doctor Who, which was my favorite era of Doctor Who, and really likes Amy Pond and really likes Clara, and Clara was my favorite. And I just, like, that's been nice to see, because, like, I don't really follow Doctor Who anymore. I may go back, because I did hear Russell T Davies is coming back, as well as David Tennant and Catherine Tate. So I may catch up just to be able to watch the new stuff, because I missed that. And that was, again, that was also, like, very an autumn thing for me, because I remember the Doctor Who 50th anniversary aired when I was a junior, I want to say, in high school. And I remember that day so distinctly in November, like, dressing like Clara for the day, and like going into my dad's basement to like watch the special, loving it so much. I remember like in wintertime was always Sherlock for me. It was usually like Christmas time or January. Like, that was always like when the new episodes were coming out. And I do remember season 3 very distinctly. I remember watching it on a crappy as hell live stream because it didn't air in the US at the same time. Season 4 they did that, and I got to witness that horror with the rest of the world. But I was just thinking about like all the things that I liked in getting sucked into these fictional worlds, and right now I'm back on TikTok for the time being, and I'm wrestling with my algorithm because I'm getting a lot of stuff about like men and women, like just I'm saying men and women and kind of not including anything in between, just because this seems to be specifically cis hetero men and women and their relationship, which is like fine and very interesting information to have, except I'm not in a relationship, I'm not married. I'm well aware of a lot of issues. I don't need to hear about it over and over again, especially if I'm trying to relax. That also just like things that are happening to women in public, men being creeps, approaching people without permission, and as someone who works in a city and has to walk to and from her car at nighttime, I don't need to be reminded of all the things that could possibly happen to me. My mom does that enough. Then everything else has been some Taylor Swift stuff, and I keep getting Gaylor theories. Not wild about those. That is all I will say on that. I think it's inappropriate and I don't care for it, so I try to get rid of that, but unfortunately it keeps falling into that Taylor Swift category. And sometimes I get tricked into thinking it's not that, and then it is. Trying to get rid of those, but keeping the stuff I like about her, because the album's coming out this week, and I like keeping up to date on that. And then the rest of it has been Gilmore Girls clips, which fine, I like Gilmore Girls. But everything else about Gilmore Girls has been just criticism. Like people who are fans of this show talking about how much they hate every single character, and I'm like, do you like it? Like, do you like the show? Because I feel like this is how people have been engaging with media now, or maybe it's just like what I've been fed, because I don't think I look at media that intensely. Like, I analyze things, but I feel like I can like really enjoy watching something and recognize the problems, but not spend all my time talking about the problems. Because everybody talks about like, oh my god, I hate Rory, oh my god, I hate Lorelai. Everyone's talking about how their relationship is toxic and they're enmeshed, and I'm like, I don't think you know what that means. People praising Emily Gilmore, and I'm like, she's kind of the worst of the three, and like I was just like, yeah, there's problems, but they're also like people, like they're characters, but like they're people. Like I feel like if I met Rory Gilmore seasons 1 through 3 in real life, I wouldn't believe she was real. So that's a little frustrating when I'm like scrolling through, and so basically what I've been only trying to see are these like really quiet videos that people will post that's just like their daily routine, but there's no talking or anything, it's just music and usually like very scenic shots or just like day-to-day life stuff. That's all I've been trying to see. Right now fandom seems to just be like criticism, and it's kind of sad. And yeah, so it's good stuff, but I've just been thinking a lot about things I've liked in the past. Also, since it's been 10 years since I've been 15, when I feel like I was at like peak fandom. So it's just weird to think that that was 10 years ago. Good morning, it is October 20th. I am in my 1989 sweatshirt with my Taylor's version shirt underneath, and you just saw my belly. I woke up around 6:30 this morning, not intentionally. My stomach was doing that thing it does where it feels like it's clenched, but it's not like my muscles. It's like the inside is clenched. So I was not feeling super great, and I was kind of like in and out of sleep all morning. Well, fully got up at 7:30, logged on to see if there was any Taylor Swift news, because it is Midnight's release day, kind of, or nice Midnight's release eve. So I kind of had like a slow morning. I'm supposed to go to the gym. I don't have like an appointment. I'm just like supposed to be going on Thursdays. But I don't feel necessarily up to it. And when I'm like this, I can't eat very well, and I don't want to be doing super severe workouts with like nothing in my body. It doesn't feel good. I did it last week. It doesn't feel good. It's not good. I am gonna go to my voice lesson today though. I'm gonna at least do that, because I didn't go last week just because I was not in a mentally great place. After everything, I was still kind of grieving, so I had also gone to the gym last week when I don't think I was probably emotionally ready to go, so I was kind of on the verge of crying all day, so I was like, let's not go to voice lesson. So I am gonna go today, just to kind of get back in the swing of things. Tonight I'm gonna go see Liz's play, so that'll be fun. It'll be fun to see her as well. And yeah, then I'm gonna come home. It's gonna be pretty late already when I get home, and wait for Midnights at midnight. Listen to that. I'm not getting any sleep. I do have memories from Red Taylor's version release week from last year, and I do remember how exhausted I was the whole week. At least now I'm not working in retail. All I'm doing is curtains and things like that right now. I'm doing opening night for our first show of the season on Friday. So I will be doing that and not getting home until well after 8 o'clock. Luckily, my shifts start late in the morning. They start at 11:45. And I'm sitting all day. So that's nice. Also, calls have really slowed down now that we are like well into the season, well into the run. So I'm not dealing with so many swaps and stuff. And then I get an email every morning with like what's coming in the mail. And my tickets for my performance of the show are in the mail today. My mom and I are gonna go closing day. But yeah, so Midnights tonight. I'm very excited. Some leaks happened from what I understand. Some people have listened to it already. I know some vinyls went out earlier than they were supposed to. I personally like the waiting. Like, I didn't order any vinyls because I'm very picky about what I own on vinyl, but if I happened to receive like an album early, I feel like I still wouldn't listen to it early, because I think my favorite part of stuff like this is anticipation, because sometimes the anticipation is better than the thing itself, because in the anticipation it can be anything. It can be anything. It could be the greatest thing ever. It could be exactly what I want. It can be everything that I've like ever dreamed of. And then once you listen to it, that's what it is. It can't be anything else. So I feel like I would try to like play out that anticipation as long as I possibly could. Some people said if you like Reputation that you'd like this one, and I loved Reputation. That was like one of my favorite eras. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard things. But here's the thing. I'm also like a very contrarian person when it comes to taste. When Solar Power came out and everybody complained about it, I was the only person who felt like they liked it. Now the opinion seems to have changed. And I did have to check with my friend. I was like, please tell me you're not the other person who hates Solar Power, because like I don't have the energy to defend another album, because I was defending Reputation with my life for like 5 years by that point. Hello, it is nighttime now. This looks like so fancy. This is the fit. This is actually a dress, which is why my top half looks insane right now. Because I'm wearing a plaid dress that I ordered that was meant for someone with less of a chest than I have. So there is a bra under it when there's not supposed to be. But I'd planned to wear it under sweaters anyway, and then this sweater is from my aunt. Auntie Michelle, if you're watching, thank you. I knew I was gonna do black sweater. I had a couple options. This was the winner. Yeah. So this is the fit. Ignore the socks. I'm gonna put boots on. Because I'm gonna go see my friends play. It's called Good Morning, a preschool play. It's not for preschoolers. So that's at 9 o'clock. I'm not used to going to theater this late, TBH. So I just like was doing my makeup, doing my hair, because I took a shower this afternoon. Watching some Taylor Swift stuff on in the background. Putting my rings on. I got this in Salem a few weeks ago. And I just feel like, focus. My God. Focus. I guess you don't do that. Anyways, it's like kind of perfect for midnights. I have a necklace that also has this pattern that I bought in like 2016 because I was like miserable. But it's like almost like a black version of this. And I considered changing my normal rose necklace to it, but I forgot and it's buried, so we'll let that one rest. Yeah, I'm going to the play tonight and I'm gonna come home and I don't know if I want to stay nice or get comfy for midnights. I am home. I saw the play and cried a little. It was very good. If you ever get the chance to see Good Morning by Liz Mangan, do it. I don't know where it's going next, so you'll have to follow her and find out. I still have makeup on. It is 11:22. I saw the teaser for the Midnights music videos. I'm very excited. I'm also glad that she is not releasing a music video at the same time, because the last few times I've had to like Sophie's Choice my way through, and so that was rough. So I have seen the teaser that aired during football tonight. I should probably take my makeup off and like do my skincare and all that stuff, so like the second I'm done I can go to bed. And then obviously the Anti-Hero music video comes out tomorrow. I had to go through and look at the schedule again because I was like, I know a music video is coming out, but if it looks like there's gonna be a lot of them, I don't know. It's gonna be a visual album, which I'm very pleased about. What I'm also like looking forward to is usually when like a new album or something like from an artist I like comes out, I start writing again, mostly because like I will listen to an album and they'll do something that makes me go, that's allowed, I'm allowed to do that, and then I can go like with more confidence into my writing. And I've been coming up with lyrics lately again, which like hasn't happened for a while. Like sometimes I'll just get these like, usually while driving, which is really annoying because I can't write it down, so I have to hold it in my brain. And I honestly wish I had like a pen in the car, because while my arm is out and I'm driving with the wheel, I can use my right hand to like scroll it on my arm or something. Like I really should just keep a pen in my car. Anyways, I'm kind of excited because I'm hoping this will like kind of inspire me to start writing again, because I have like an idea in my head, but I don't know anything about like what the tune will be or anything. I'm really good with words. I'm terrible at coming up with melody. I need like a more musically inclined friend or something. I know it's like Midnights comes out at midnight. Like I get it, but like I'm tired. Your music video premieres at 8 a.m. tomorrow. You've got another thing at 3 a.m. Should I like listen to it, go to sleep for 2 hours, wake up at 3 a.m., go back to sleep? I have an opening night tomorrow, okay? I have an opening night tomorrow that I gotta work. Also, like, I decided to go full comfy. So we're in a rep t-shirt, but we have stars on our pajama pants because Midnights. These are actually one half of some Mickey Mouse pajamas that I have. Hi, it's incredibly dark. It is it's after 1 a.m. at this point. I have heard all of Midnights by Taylor Swift. This is gonna be like definitely like re-listens, and it was kind of the same thing with me and Folklore and Evermore, like where you have to do it like multiple times. But I did like actually listening to it on Apple Music with the lyrics running on my iPad because the text was really big and I was catching all the lyrics. So I was like, these are really well written. I was focusing on like the actual words rather than the melodies, so I have to listen again. It gave like old school Lord on one of the songs, and then like very 1989 feeling on some of them, very Reputation feeling on others, very Folklore Evermore, you know, on other ones. Like it's a hodgepodge of so many things. I feel like some people may not vibe with it, but like I know like once I go through it a couple more times, I'll find things I really like about it. Because I remember when Folklore came out, like Mirrorball did nothing for me, and then I was listening to it in the car, and it was like the first time I ever caught the line, I've never been a natural, all I do is try. I'm still trying everything to keep you looking at me, and like started crying because I was like, oh, I get it now. So I know like this is like one of the things where like it was a lot thrown at me all at once. I'm also very sleep deprived, and I know like I will catch more things. But I have Nightline on in the background because apparently she's gonna do a message on Nightline. And I'm like, first of all, I had to watch a horrifying story about a home invasion. Like, it was on mute but that's what it was about. And so I'm trying to listen to the album and enjoy, but there's like a story about a home invasion on in the background. I enjoyed my time, and then the final song did come from my throat, because it's a love song in the beginning, and I'm like, oh, this is so sweet, like, you know, her and Joe, whatever. Really, really liked it. And then it's a love song, but like about, like, it's a love song about manipulation, which kind of like I kind of loved. And there was a lot of chess metaphors, and like just talking about like molding the situation to get the outcome you want. And I'm like, I totally can relate to that, because I was a little troublemaker as a child. And then at the end of the song, she gets like really vulnerable and came from my throat. I won't say too much more than that. Go listen to Mastermind, because that killed me. Basically, Mastermind, Anti-Hero, and oh god, there was You're on Your Own, Kid, I think are the top 3 right now. Those are the ones that really stayed with me. Yeah, which is interesting, because I thought, oh, Karma was so catchy and so good. There's a lot happening. But yeah, I'm gonna have to listen through several more times. But I enjoyed it. It is, what time is it? 8:17 on October 21st. I had set an alarm. Look how cute this lighting is. I had set an alarm for 3 a.m. last night on my Google, so I could sleep until the 3 a.m. announcement, because I was exhausted. And I stayed up watching Nightline, and there really wasn't much there. But anyways, more songs, guys. More songs. So very first thing I did this morning was listen to all of them. How many more? How many more? How many more songs were there? How many were there? There was... Oh, I have to go to the 3 a.m. version. I'm sorry. Like 6 more songs. So I had to listen through all of those. I loved Paris. Would've, could've, should've. And High Infidelity was interesting too. I liked a lot of them. I have to listen through to through again, because like I need to catch things. Saw the Anti-Hero music video. That was the funniest thing I've seen. That was really, really good. Yeah, so, and then there's videos for the Anti-Hero challenge on YouTube Shorts, which I don't know if anyone's gonna do, because it's YouTube Shorts, and let me tell you, like, Taylor Swift fans are not on YouTube Shorts, let me tell you. Good morning, it's October 27th. It is almost the end of the month, and what a month it's been. It's been, let's be honest, not the best month. Like, there's been good stuff, but considering I came in to this month not 25 with 1 more dog than I have now, and maybe in a little bit better health than I am right now, wasn't all great. However, I do have 1 more Taylor Swift album than I did at the beginning of the month. Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a fairly normal Thursday. My trainer is on her honeymoon this week, so I'm just taking a break from the gym right now. I'm like also sore. I was dancing around my room, and sometimes that makes my legs really sore, like they ache. So it's nice to get to do something fun, but then my body doesn't like it the next day, which is annoying. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna go to my voice lesson today, although I don't know how good I'm gonna be. The weather, it looks really nice out right now, but it was rainy and windy for like 2 days, which gave me a migraine. And then yesterday it was weirdly hot and humid, which sucked because I was dressed for fall because I thought it was gonna be cold, and then I'm absolutely disgusting at work all day. It was awful. So it's like 60 degrees and dry, and windy today, so that's a little different. But my throat has been a mess. Like when I've tried to practice on my own, can't even get through like a half an hour. So when I go to my voice lesson and he's gonna be like, how's the voice? I'm gonna be like, weird, not great. It's almost time to take the humidifier out of storage and set it up in my room. It's also incredibly hot in here because I don't know the way the heating works. All of the heat just flows straight to mine and my siblings' room. So it's cold everywhere else upstairs, but it's hot here. Also, I get a lot of sun in the morning, so that obviously creates heat. I feel like this whole month has just been me lamenting about health issues. You know, we're getting through it. In terms of a reading update, I have like nothing for you guys. I have nothing. I've gone back and forth on whether to continue with A Little Life. However, like mentally we are kind of unstable, so let's not welcome any other bad decisions. Getting triggered by that book. So I want to finish it at some point because I need to know how it ends. I need to know how it ends. I have a theory, but I can't reasonably do that to myself right now. So we're not gonna do it. I did pick up The Curse of the Wolf King. I forget the name of the author, but it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And I was reading it at work yesterday and getting through it pretty quickly. I think what also helped is I took TikTok off my phone. That certainly, I think, helped. It was becoming a time suck, and I was getting sick of a lot of infighting, and also like I would get into hours of scrolling and be aware that I didn't like anything I was seeing, but I couldn't stop either. So I just got rid of it for now. I'll go back on whenever, you know, from time to time, whatever. It was also killing my battery because I would be at work on TikTok and it would kill my battery and I wouldn't have any means to charge while I was in my office. So usually when I get rid of TikTok, it takes a little while for my attention span to come back. So, but I'm reading that book right now. I also had a backup in there in case I wasn't into what I was reading, which I forget the name of. It was part of a small book haul I got online because Barnes & Noble, I think, gave me a coupon. I also got I'm the Girl by Courtney Summers, who wrote Sadie, and also The Project, and I read The Project, I think, last year or the year before, and it was so good. Yes, I'm the Girl. I've got Curse of the Wolf King, which I initially, like, I have two Beauty and the Beast retellings kind of on the docket. There's that one, and then I have Bryony and Roses by T. Kingfisher, who I know is, like, super popular. And I, like, put them away because both of them took place in winter time. And I was like, I think I bought them in the summertime, and I was like, I'm not ready for this yet. Not the vibe. So I put them away. Obviously, it's not winter time yet, but we're also like about to leave October, going to November holiday season. So I'm starting to warm up to the idea of a book about wintertime. And also the book I'm reading, it takes place in a fae country where it is a winter court, so it is always wintertime. So I was like, okay, so regardless of the season, there's just gonna be snow. A bed to make and a desk to somewhat declutter. There's a lot of like bottles and stuff. I got rid of all my recycling. That's nice, because that was piling up and it fell over, which was kind of the sign that it needed to go. We're talking about putting a mini fridge in here somewhere. Where, I have no clue because there's no wall space, but it's more for when I get those nauseous, like shaky blood sugar spells in the middle of the night. It's so I have like cold drinks, like and stuff like within reach, because when I get like that, I'm always terrified to like get up and try to walk because I'm afraid I'll like fall over or something. So I can't go downstairs to get food, or I feel like so nauseous, like you don't want to move. So we're trying to figure out where to put a mini fridge, but I have no clue where one would go. Good morning. It is October 29th. I have work today. I have a curtain. My God, I've got to get like a proper dye job done because I am getting gray everywhere. Thanks, Gene Pool. Yeah, I just wanted to put the camera on just because I actually feel good today. If anything, my leg hurts a little, but I will take some leg pain over nauseous all the time and unable to eat. So I was actually able to like eat this morning and have coffee and not have it really affect me that much. And that's good. That's good. I did order food yesterday at work. It was pretty affordable, actually. It was like one of the cheaper restaurants in the area. The only problem is I always have to flag down Door Dashers at my job because they always get lost. And all three of us, because all of us ordered food that day, all three of us had to flag down Door Dashers because they don't know where they're going. They don't know where they're going. It's a theater, guys. It's a theater. Like, go to the entrance of the theater. There's like an entrance. Stop going to the back of the building. I don't really understand what your deal is. Yeah, so had a grilled cheese, some fries. Those sat very well. Grilled cheese tends to be a safe food for me, which is good. We are headed into our final week of performances. I think allergies are kicking my butt right now because I'm sniffly. Yeah, we're headed into the final week of performances. I'm seeing it on the closing matinee performance. So that'll be on the 6th. So that's not happening this month. But I did get to go into the theater yesterday because I had to go, for once there was like nobody in there doing work. So I went to go scope out some seats for a patron, because there are 2 sets of seats on either side of the theater that can potentially be obstructed view depending on what their lighting rig situation is, because they sit below the seats, and if they're high, you can get blocked. So I went to go check those out just to see like what the deal was. So I got to actually see the set like in person for the first time, and because it's there's a name for what our stage is. It's not a proscenium, it is a something. It's not in the round, it's like half in the round. But yeah, that's our normal set. But because of that, the stage comes out so far, so when you're walking by, you're like right on top of it. And the stage is set up, there's all these antiquarian books around the edge of the stage, so I went and like kind of snooped to see like what titles were there and stuff, because obviously they must have gotten them from somewhere. So I did like just kind of look around. I didn't go on stage, but I just kind of like looked around to see what they had. So I got to actually see the set in person, which is nice. It is incredibly dry right now because it's getting cold, which I enjoy because it was humid last week. Keeping an eye on the time because I gotta make my bed and then get out of here. I have moisturizer in my bag now because it's dry. My hands right now are very dry. Hopefully today won't be too crazy because it's a Saturday, even though we're working regular hours before curtain. I'm just hoping we don't get a lot of phone calls because everybody's been trying to switch or add seats and stuff is full. Guys, it's the final week of performances. It's full. It's full. Like, sorry. And if you want to go to the COVID performance, tough luck, there's 1 seat left. So if you want 4 of your friends to go with you, it's not gonna work. So I'm hoping we're not getting too many phone calls, maybe just like a how long does it last kind of thing. And then I got Sunday off. I'm gonna go carve jack-o'-lanterns at my dad's, and we're gonna show him Over the Garden Wall for the first time because apparently he hasn't seen it. Good morning, it is October 31st. Happy Halloween! I don't really have a costume, so I'm gonna wear my Coraline sweater. This is the last day of the vlog for October. we are 2 away from the end. I can't believe I've kept this up this long. October has been tumultuous, to say the least, just with my anxiety and my health and work and stuff. Although I can say that I'm finishing the month actually probably better than I started it, because I actually feel good. I am still sleeping very late, and I'm not really reading that much. I'm trying to. I find it very hard to focus on reading when I'm at my job sometimes. So I feel like I need to set aside time for that. And I need to do some work on food things. I just need to be better about eating in general. I'm happy to be moving on to a new month, even though October is my birthday month and I tend to like enjoy it. But I just need to kind of get back into a routine. I feel very happy about what I've accomplished this year. I've made so many strides. I have a completely different job. I've like conquered, not fully conquered, but like we've made such huge strides with my highway phobia. And a year ago during peak season at my retail job, I'd written down like a list of, I think, resolutions. One of the things was no longer working in customer service, which I kind of still am, but it's not, basically I just didn't want to be working in retail. I wanted to get a work at home job, whatever. I got a job in the theater. Auditioning as much as I can. I'd say yes. It's really been a matter of whether I can do the part or not. So when I see something I think I can do, I'll do it. And then practice driving on the highway. And those were all my goals. And not only am I auditioning again, although right now it's pretty quiet, I'm in acting class. So even when I'm not auditioning, I'm working on my craft. I'm putting effort into that. Working on my craft. I had a Zoom rehearsal with one of my partners yesterday, and we talked about acting for a bit. I'm doing that. Trying to go to the gym, but getting my physical health stuff my physical health gets in the way of that a lot. I was making a lot of progress pre-2020, and then the whole thing just fell apart, because after 2020, that's when my back issues started. That's when a lot of stuff kind of reared its ugly head. So, and food is a big part of that. So there's that, and there's also like interpersonal relationship stuff, my friends, my family, getting those relationships like good and solid, because we're all messy and we all have stuff to work on. So I feel like that's going to be November, and also heading into the holiday season, because people come home for the holidays and I may be able to see more of people I love. Also my friend's birthday is coming up in a few days, so I need to figure out what she wants for her birthday so I can send her a gift. But yeah, we're starting to do reflection time. But I definitely look way different than I did in February, where I was just like a mess. Like I was a mess. I'm still a mess. But we're working on it. I'm in my mid-20s. I'm scared.